Now then, YouTube, what's going on, Lankofski, and welcome back to Lou and Lank on the Mandalorian. As you can see, I've got my Dadalorian t-shirt on. I'm once again joined by Lubicon, my fellow co-host. We are going to be discussing in this episode. We are going to be discussing in this episode 4 and 5 and 6. I've just got 21 and 22.
Yeah, it's chapter 21 and 22.
21, yeah, 21 and 22. A bit of a bumper episode because obviously I wasn't here last week because computers, technical issues. It's always technical issues. So if you do see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes because obviously last week were a long time ago. And it feels like a long time ago because my computer's just fucking, yeah. Anyway, let's fucking dive straight into it. I'm going to hand it over to you, Lou.
I think it just starts with obviously Grief Karga and the pirates with Gory and Shan, king of the pirates, and he's like threatening him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Navarro.
Yeah, pretty much. Apollo Creed gets invaded by this like fucking tree monster or wet tree monster, like a Davy Jones tree monster sort of thing. And then
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, pretty much starts threatening to bomb the shit out of the city, and then.
It's all over that bar, isn't it?
Yeah, the bar from episode 1, is it?
No, it's surely not. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a bar that they've changed on Navarro to a school, and all the pirates come back to Navarro and wanted to drink there, but obviously Apollo Creed said, no, we're all good guys and abide by the law now. So yeah, basically it was that pirate went back to his boss and started being a little bitch. And so they pretty much got invaded, and Navarro started getting bombed by said pirate ship.
Plats, don't they?
Yeah.
Throwback to season 2.
And Apollo Creed asked the New Republic for help. And to be honest, this episode number 21, number 5 or whatever it is, it's getting like interesting because of things we'll talk about later on. But yeah. So Apollo Creed asks the New Republic for help. I think the
bar scene, isn't it? He gets the holo reader.
Yeah.
You see a cameo from Zeb. Shout out to anybody who watches Rebels. It's weird seeing him in live action, but it is what it is. I know you don't watch it. Did you notice Dave Filoni was there as well?
No.
Dave Filoni's he's wearing a cowboy hat in the bar scene.
He's one of the directors, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and John Favreau.
Yeah,
I don't know if they directed this one, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically the New Republic pilot who picks up on it was already in one of the Mando's series 1 or 2. He intercepted Mandalorian while they were in the old ship.
Mm-hmm.
So that New Republic pilot then goes to Coruscant, so we get another look at Coruscant, and
Biscuit Lady returns.
Yeah, fucking sketchy. I quote: "Sketchy bitch back, sketchy bitch, biscuit bitch, bastard back." So cool, the pilot goes to who would guest star in that?
In where?
The guy he went to. I've seen him in something before anyway. The black guy were talking, the leader. Yeah, the commander. So the old guy went to the commander, and it was a famous face. I can't remember his name, but he's been in like Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg stuff. So the pilot goes to his commander and basically says, Navarro's been like overrun by pirates. It's getting attacked. Is there anything we can do to help? But Navarro is not part of the New Republic.
No, it's an independent planet. And Biscuit Woman's like, it's a shame that we can't do anything.
Yeah, while she's doing really dodgy eyes, she's like that.
I think that's just her eyes, you know.
Yeah, she's sketchy as shit. It's obviously, I'm going to call spoilers now, even though it's not a spoiler because you can see it from a mile away. She's obviously not working for Moff Gideon.
Yeah, she's obviously
not. Evil. Yes. So anyway, the old pilot, I don't know his name, but I'm going to keep referring to him as old pilot. He gets shot down by his commander, and basically Navarro's on its own because they're not part of the New Republic. Sketchy lady's like, yeah, we don't really need to help him. But she's sort of playing both sides and being a sketchy little bastard.
Did you see the smugness? And it's like maybe this will encourage them to join.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck it. If I could, if I could force choke anyone, I would force choke her. And then basically the pilot. Oh, what did he? Did he then go? He went to.
It goes to the Mandalorian.
Yes, he goes to the Mandalorian hideout.
The Children of the Watch, whatever they are.
Yeah. It basically, he goes there and asks Mando, or tells Mando that Navarro's under attack, and asks for Mandalorian help, or...
Yeah, and then they go, how did you find us? And then it's like, R5 used to be part of the rebellion.
Yeah, he's got an insider, he's got a man on inside, it's just an R5 who comes out like, oh shit.
And then that's when the debate happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a big like scene where we're all sat around a campfire, and the armorer is basically saying, do you want to or not? Both sides plead the case of should we, shouldn't we? And then Mando's Din Djarin's like, we need to go do this, and who's a big fucking burly guy? Yeah, he were like, he got up like he were gonna protest him, and he were like, let's go fuck some shit up.
Yeah, he just wants destruction. That's all he's about.
Yeah. So then basically the Mandalorians rally a big party and board Bo-Katan's ship, and then like I think Din Djarin goes in, leads away the big space pirate ship, he leads away the little fighters, and then Bo-Katan drops all the Mandalorians pretty much behind enemy lines to fight their way through to try and save the city.
Yeah, and then they get like held down, like suppressing fire.
Yeah.
And then the armorer just walks in, just with a fucking hammer, and just beats the shit out of them. 5 people.
Where is it? Oh yeah, in my notes I've got Kit Fister, minigun go burr, and then the armor is a badass bitch. It's just basically there's one like sniper or machine gun that's in an elevated position firing down on these Mandalorians, and then the armorer just comes up behind this like group of 4 maybe pirates with 2 like sledgehammers, whatever she makes all the armor with, and basically just starts fucking swinging shit and kicking everyone's ass. But yeah, she goes badass bitch, which is quite cool to see. And so basically the Mandalorians defeat all the pirates, and Seaweed Pirate go boom. Basically, he gets blown up.
Right at Mantis dips. He's like,
the pirate from the previous episode we were referring to, who wanted to drink in the what is now a school, who fucked off back to tell his leader that basically he wasn't allowed to drink there. He was the only one left alive, and then he told his boss basically, fuck you, I don't want to die, and then just like nashed basically. So yeah, he's a nice character.
You see when he went all like kamikaze, he was like, well, if I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna kill all these civilians and just start bombing them all.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then they shoot them down, obviously. And then,
and then basically what is it, Apollo Creed reaffirmed what he said to Din Djarin in the first episode, where he's got a plot of land on Navarro for the Mandalorians to go and settle at. And then I think basically the Mandalorians accept that invitation, don't they, in that episode?
Yeah,
so basically, Mandalorians are going back to Navarro as sort of civilians plus protection agency sort of thing, which is, I mean, it is cool to see, because they sort of liberated Navarro when it was in first or second season.
When they started, they were confined to the underground.
Yeah.
And they were allowed on the lava flats and got land. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then after that, Bo-Katan and the armorer the armorer calls Bo-Katan in basically to have a private word with her, and they have a little heart to heart about, well, I don't know, pretty much how Bo-Katan is the chosen one to reunite all the Mandalorians along those lines, I think.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And then she takes her helmet off. The key part of the episode.
Oh, yeah. The armorer tells Bo-Katan to take her helmet off. And so Bo-Katan's like, he is, like, taking piss. Like, are you doing this to see if I'm following the creed or what? And then pretty much Kit Fister questions why she's got her helmet off when we walk out, and the armorer says Bo-Katan can walk both sides of the creed to try and reunite the Mandalorians.
She goes, you walk both worlds, and you reunite those who have fallen from the way. And then it's like set up for her to go off and like get the Mandalorians from. Is it season 2?
Yes, it's the Mandalorians that she working with when we first saw her.
Yeah.
And then basically it goes black and has a bit of a false end after that conversation, and then the old pilot, who obviously informed Din Djarin about Navarro, is cruising through space and finds a
prisoner transport.
Yeah, prisoner transport, like a Darth Vader prisoner transport ship.
The New Republic prisoner transport. Like season 2 was Bill Burr. Yeah. It's the one
Bill Burr. I keep forgetting what a fucking lad is.
I don't know if it's the same one, but it's pretty much the same. Yeah. And then it's been like all attacked, and it looks like it's been like thingy, and it's not on any of the data banks, they say. So like, check the timings, and then they check the timings, and they're like, it's similar to Moff Gideon's when we lost contact. So then it goes inside, and then
yeah, basically it looks like it's Moff Gideon's transport ship, and it's been blown to shit, and there's New Republic soldiers in there, or officers, that are all dead, but there's no body of Moff Gideon. Shock. I did not see this coming.
Finds this metallic material on the side of the ship.
Yeah, that were it. I forgot about that. I just read that in my notes. I forgot all about that.
And then it's a Beskar ally, and they're like, so the Mandalorians did it. So set up. So is it like the previous mentioned Mandalorians? Was it them who freed them, or any of them, or you don't know? It's just kind of left, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't see that bit coming, to be quite honest, but yeah. Maybe when you like, obviously we're on chapter 21 or episode 5 of series 3. When you watch the next episode, which is 22 or episode 6, and you listen to what is said by certain people, you sort of start to put 2 and 2 together, thinking, yes, they could have done this, because obviously what we'll get onto it later on. So then, moving on to episode 6, which is chapter 22.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it.
Yeah, spoiler alerts. I mean, if you haven't watched 5 and 6 already and you're watching this, what are you doing? I mean, you deserve spoilers. But yeah, so chapter 22, episode 6, starts basically with Mandalorians on a Star Destroyer, which is quite interesting, intercepting a ship.
Orange ship.
Yeah. And yeah, should I shall quote again from my notes, weird fish love story for some reason. If you don't understand that and you watch it, you will understand that.
No, because you got the Quarren and you got the Mon Calamari, and if you watch the Clone Wars, you'll understand, because them 2 characters are in the Clone Wars series, and it is like a whole, like, the prince, because it is
it's the prince's son or something like that.
It's the prince's son. The Mon Calamari and the Quarren like live on the same planet, but they hate each other.
Yeah.
Can't remember. It's been a while since I watched the Clone Wars, but anyway, Axe Wolves is now the new leader of the with a bunch of
like mercenary, like mercenary Mandalorian sort of thing.
And they're like, we don't care that you're in love, like Romeo and Juliet style. We're just gonna like take you back, and then he's like, I love you, die with me, and she's like, but maybe not. And then that's the end. So that was a weird. that to me that was a bit out of place. Like it didn't need to happen.
No, that's what I mean. That's why it's like a weird fish love story for no reason. There were like tentacles everywhere, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" This is like first 2 minutes episode, and then basically the Mandalorians are like, "Come with us, or you're dead," basically.
Yeah, and then they go to they say they have a contract on Plaza 15, which is where the rest of the episode takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to Plaza 15, don't they?
Yes. Well, it cuts to back to Bo-Katan and Din Djarin, like. They're traveling through. Oh, they're tracking the Mandalorians that have just hijacked the other ship.
Yeah, and then they go to that planet, Plaza 15, and they see like the camp outside because obviously she knows where they were because it's her fleet.
Yep.
And then they get there, and there's Imperial droids, and she's like, "What the fuck's going on here?" And then they're like, "We're gonna go and see them," and the droids are like, "No, you're not." And then it cuts to one of the weirdest pieces of Star Wars I've ever seen.
Which part?
When they walk into the big throne room.
Yeah. Yes. The whole bit there, like, I love, like, so basically, they're walking into a throne room, and there's the Queen. And she's like the native person from that planet. And then there's her king, who is a... Outsider. He's one of the Empire...
Yeah, he's part of the...
rehabilitation program, that's it. Like the...
Biscuit lady.
Yeah, like the fucking bad bitch biscuit lady. She, like they're in the rehabilitation program. He was also in that rehabilitation program, and he's now the king to this planet. And basically, it's Jack Black, which is fucking sick. But at the same time, I'm like, this is very.
Very Alice in Wonderland vibe.
Yeah, for some reason, I kept thinking that as well. It was like Willy Wonka when he first goes into fucking chocolate factory. It were very strange vibes because there were a big table full of all sorts of different species, just like chilling out and eating. And then it were like, are they forced to be there, or are they just like there because?
It was very much like a hallucinogen, like bright colors, trippy, like almost like an acid trip kind of Mad Hatter style.
Yeah. So what happens? Basically, Din Djarin, Grogu, and Bo-Katan sit down to eat something, and Bo-Katan says, "I want to go see my Mandalorian friends." Blah blah blah, and then the Queen.
Who is Lizzo, by the way?
Who?
She's a singer.
No idea. I'm down with kids. I'm not down with kids. But anyway, the Queen takes a bit of an affection to Grogu. And yet again, for some reason, we see yet another vile, awful CGI flip from Grogu, and it hurts my eyes, and it needs to stop now.
Do you think they sped it up because it was that bad? Because
I don't know. Because it's the first one from the other episode was bad, and then this one was just it hurts every time. I'm like, stop.
I've heard Jon Favreau didn't want to have Grogu in the next this season, and that basically he was meant to go off with Luke Skywalker, but Kathleen Kennedy was like, no, he has to be in it. So that's why now they're like, because if you notice this episode and the previous episode 5 that we talked about, they push Grogu off to the side, and it's Bo-Katan and Din Djarin and Grogu's just not in it very much.
No.
When it's bad CGI, but
I've heard that about. She's just like, it needs to be done this way, and Jon Favreau were like, no, if it's not done my way, I ain't fucking doing it. But after that vile, awful CGI flip, basically, Bo-Katan says, I want to go find my fellow Mandalorians, and Jack Black, or the King and the Queen, say, come and look at the view, because the walls must have ears or something like that. Excuse me. And they go out to a balcony where it's a bit more secluded, and they confide in Din Djarin and Bo-Katan, saying that they have got ex-battle droids working on the planet doing the medial jobs, like just all sorts of crap, so the humans or the civilians in that planet can just live a happy life. But for some reason some of the battle droids have been like malfunctioning, and then like crashing cars. It shows like a passage of like crashing cars or chopping people up or like spazzing out. Yeah, throwing rubbish about. So basically, the Queen says if you want to go see your friends, you have to go track down these malfunctioning battle droids. So, in the biggest part that I loved so far, Bo-Katan and Din Djarin wandered off to see like the head of security for the planet, and it happened to be none other than the legend Doc Brown, Great Scott. Christopher Lloyd himself made an appearance, which I was like, this is getting way too star-studded because we've got so many fucking guest characters now. Even though it's...
see that though.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
Like, you see Jack Black, you think, oh, I can't get any better. And then
that's what I mean.
Lloyd, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Because like at first, I think you just saw the back of his head and you heard his voice. I'm like, who's that voice? And then obviously saw his face. But yeah, he's the head of security of Bo-Katan and Din Djarin go to consult. Excuse me.
And then he's like, yeah, the separatist droids are like, they're acting out, and it's there doesn't seem to be that much of an issue, but there is an issue, and they're like, why don't you just shut them off? And he's like, well, I've got this big red button, but I'm not allowed to press it.
Yeah, my big red button. I love it.
So they're like, all right then. And then he's like, go and talk to the Ugnaughts, because they're obviously the ones reprogramming them, and they might be able to help you. So then you go down to the Undercity where the Ugnaughts are, and they're building the droids. And Bo-Katan tries like reasoning with them, and they basically go, "I'm not listening to you." And then obviously Din Djarin comes in with the "I know Ugnaught Quirrell," and they're like, "Oh shit, this man knows his stuff." And then they start listening to him, and they all sit down and have like a little convo, and they seem very offended that they're like, "It's not our work."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're just passing off the responsibility.
I love the whole thing of "I have spoken." It fucking just makes me laugh every time.
This is the way. I have spoken.
I have spoken.
And then they go, and then the Ugnaughts are like, it's not us, but we know where the next issue is going to be, which I find very weird.
Yeah, it's
So they go down to the dock, and there's obviously a battle droid there. There's the B2 battle super battle droids, and obviously the normal battle droids from the Separatist era. And the foreman's like, yeah, there's no issue. They're all up to date and all that. But then he just starts kicking them.
Din Djarin's just like starts booting them. This droid's just like, what are you doing? And Din Djarin's just like, everyone that walks past is like, both kick. And you're like, well, if they're not malfunctioning, they won't bat an eyelid basically because they've been programmed not to hurt civilians. So then, like the fifth or sixth one, he kicks. Obviously, like takes offense to it, falls down, gets up, shoots him, I believe, or pushes him. Din Djarin goes flying, and then we get an epic foot chase for no fucking reason, which goes through the city streets. It looks that like city they were running through, or like underground, whatever it was. It reminded me a lot of the city that he goes to in Kenobi when he's first trying to track down Leia. You know, where he sees his, like, Ewan McGregor sees his real life daughter. It reminded me of that. They were all very neon-y and stuff like that. A bit like, I don't know whether it's the right place, but like Tokyo-ish. We're all neon signs. So basically, we have a big, massive foot chase that takes about 3 or 4 minutes. And then Din Djarin takes a shortcut and just absolutely wipes his droid out through a window. Yeah, so dives out of a window, intercepts a droid. The droid gets up and looks like Din Djarin and the droid are going to have a one-on-one, and then Bo-Katan's just sat behind with like dual pistols, like fucking Lara Croft, like poo-poo! And yeah, we just get a weird stare down. And then what happens afterwards?
And then they found the little chip thing.
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah, go on.
The bar. It's the bar down the street. So like, oh, that's convenient. And it turns out it's a droid bar. I can't remember the name of the bar. I don't know if you can.
It began with an S.
Words.
Yeah, it began with an S or
something like that.
Yeah.
So they go there, and then all the droids are in there, and then they all just like stop and stare. It's like, Ah, yes. And then
well, basically, we go to a bar and all the droids are getting pissed.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They stop and then he threatens them, which I found was a bit weird.
Yeah, there's like a blue 3PO that goes to walk out a door, and Mando turns around and he's like, no one leaves. Fucking big badass boss move.
And then you get this like super sad, like we're like, just because we were programmed to be evil doesn't mean we're evil, and we want a second chance and all that shit. And it's a very heart-to-heart moment with these droids. And then the barman's like, yeah, we're gonna help you because this is our only life that we've got and all that shit. And then they go on about this Nepenthe stuff. It's like, I don't even know what it is. It's like alcohol for droids, I guess.
Yeah, it was. What it to do with chip, or what it to do with fucking alcohol itself? Anyway, but yeah, it's some like Nepenthe thing, and the droids, it pretty much reprograms the droids because
I think it said it patches them, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It like lubricates all the system and like keeps like their OS up to date and patches any bugs and blah blah that gets sent out by the security commander. And then they take the chip thing, they get to like this
woman thing.
Yeah, like they go to a morgue and check them out because there's like 4 or 5 of them that have done the same thing after drinking this certain lubricant or whatever. So they take it to a scientist and they look into like the coding or something like that, or the materials inside the metal, and on the metal they find like letters which I totally did not see at all. Which was
Galactic Basic, wasn't it? He's like,
yeah.
But the thing is, it's like it lied. You just like turn it. I'm like, what's turning it gonna be? And she turns it. So I turns into letters.
Yeah, it turns into like a full like encryption of like fucking monolithic words or some shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
And then she's like, there's nano droids in there. Like, where the fuck are the nano droids in there? It's just writing. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She kept on mentioning nano droids, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, we're going to iRobot here. It's just turning into iRobot. And then
she's like, what happens next? Is she just like,
she pretty much turns around and says there's only one person who could reprogram the droids in this certain way, and it turns out that big spoilers, it is none other than the security officer or the security commander, which is Christopher Lloyd. So Bo-Katan and Din Djarin go back to confront him. They confront him. He says it's all a pack of lies, and then they say, no, it's true. And then he stands up and puts his hand over a big red button that could, and then he says that if he presses a big red button, it turns all the battle droids back into their original programming, which was obviously to be battle droids and kill civilians. So it says, don't dare do all, and then I can't remember Din Djarin or Bo-Katan basically just taser him.
It's Bo-Katan taser. Yeah. It's when he does that whole spiel about like he's a separatist and how Count Dooku was a visionary.
Yeah, that was it. It brought on Count Dooku, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here? I'm like, damn.
It's when he name drops him. He's like, Count Dooku was a visionary. And like, you're a separatist. And I prefer democracy. and then he gets obviously tasered by Bo-Katan, and then they take it to Lizzo and Jack Black in the palace, and she's playing like croquet with Grogu, and Grogu's like cheating. And then she just knights Grogu for
Grogu gets knighted, and Din Djarin and Bo-Katan get the key to the city or planet, whatever it is. But yeah, Grogu becomes Sir Grogu for some reason, because it basically, this episode's a filler episode and it hurts, and Lou likes it and I'm all right with it, but it's still a filler episode because no happens whatsoever. It's like
my issue is it's a good episode, but when there's only 8 episodes in a season,
we don't need filler episodes in like an 8 episode. If we're like 20 episodes, yeah, fair enough, throw a filler in there, but like no.
Another issue is there's so many storylines and there's only 2 more episodes after this, so how are they gonna tie them all together? And just like, I don't know, unless they're both an hour long, which I don't think
it's not happening. What episode 6 was 40 minutes, I believe. So some of them are extended because first 2 series were pretty much all a half hour.
I think the finales were all about an hour, weren't they?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, after Grogu gets knighted, the Queen grants Din Djarin and Bo-Katan permission to go to the field, field where mercenary Mandalorians are, and they have quite a fleet, which apparently Bo-Katan gathered while she was leader. She's got like a big Star Destroyer, excuse me, and a couple of other ships like hers. But it looks like they've got quite a lot of stuff. And what's the name of the guy who's in charge now? Say that again. You didn't.
Axe Wolf. For all the people in the back.
You did. I didn't even hear you. I saw your mouth move about it. So yeah, basically, Bo-Katan says, "I want my ship back," and he goes, "No, I'm the leader." And then she challenges him to a duel, and everyone's like,
Can I just say, it is one of the worst fights I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's basically just jetpack spearing into everyone. It's like Goldberg versus fucking Edge or some shit like that.
But they spend half the time like fucking falling around on the floor and like jetpacking into each other. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was a bit of a shit fight personally.
Yeah.
Obviously, she pins him down. He gets back up. She pins him down again. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I concede or whatever.
And then he gets back up and he's like, but you're still not the leader because you don't have the Darksaber.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And then Din Djarin's like, well, actually, I don't want it anyway.
Yeah, he's got one of the most powerful weapons in system or in universe, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want it. I'll give her it. And then he's like, what? No. One of them turns around and says, you can't give it. It has to be earned or something like that. And then Din Djarin turns around and says, yeah, well, on Mando and on Mandalorian, so I'm on Mandalore. Sorry, I almost died and she saved my life, so I'm indebted to her. So I'm giving this to her, and then everyone goes, "Oh, that's convenient. Let's just roll with that." So now Bo-Katan's sort of back.
But you know what that means? It means that weird, like Grievous-looking creature was technically ruler of Mandalore for like an hour.
Yeah, I saw somewhere which was quite interesting, saying it wonders what that creature was, and like, could it be a leftover Mandalorian that was like forced to adapt to survive? Which I thought were quite a cool take on it, but I mean, we'll never know because we'll never get a backstory to it because it's just fucking cannon fodder, really, isn't it? Yeah, so Bo-Katan gets the Darksaber, everyone basically cheers, and then I think that's it. I think it cuts to black, doesn't it?
Yeah, she pulls up the sword and it like ignites, and then that's it. It ends.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that was a waste of an episode, but
yeah, it was definitely a filler episode. But I mean, I don't know. It's sort of everything's sort of moving slowly into place. It's just
set up. It has set up for the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, the last two, like you said, the last 2 episodes need to be a decent length, and they've got a lot of shit to cram into there, unless it's all going to get crammed into season 4.
It definitely will be. I think it's going to end with Moff Gideon coming back.
Yeah,
in season 4.
I think there could be like a very short version of Luke Skywalker returning. I think the last shot of the season will be probably Moff Gideon coming back, or something along those lines, or Evil Biscuit Bitch turns out to be a Sith Lord or something. I don't know.
I've heard that Boba Fett's coming back for the last 2 episodes.
For fuck's sake.
I've heard that a lot from a lot of people. The Boba Fett's going to be in there. Because Tamara Morrison, apparently, it's been, like, seen and stuff. I know they've recently announced the director for the last 2 episodes, haven't they? I can't remember his name, but...
Interesting.
I think it might even lead into the Ahsoka series, possibly.
Oh, I can't wait for the Ahsoka series. I know you don't like the live action Ahsoka, but I think she's badass. Just that character in general's sick.
You know what it is? It's the look, but it's also like it's Ashley Eccleston's voice from the Clone Wars and from Rebels is just so iconic.
Yeah, I
suppose. Hearing it
differently,
it's just.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like with The Last of Us, with Ashley Johnson doing the voice of Ellie, and then you get that new lass who's non-binary that just shouts about it because attention seeking, and then yeah, just her voice don't want to fucking her voice don't fit in that. So yeah, I see what you mean about different characters and different voices.
We'll do the Ahsoka series, won't we?
Yeah, we'll try and keep on top of all. I mean, I'm more of a live action person. I would like to watch the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch and all the animated spin-offs. I just don't have time. That's the thing.
One day, I'll get you to watch them.
One day.
We'll do a watch along.
Yeah, we might. When we're both big and famous, we might do a watch alongs. Just do a 24-hour live stream of Clone Wars, and just back to back. But yeah, that is episode 5 and 6 rounded up for you, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise about it being a bumper episode and not being able to do last week, but hopefully this upgrade means that I can now make better content, and live streams hopefully should run a bit smoother and easier. But yes, if you did enjoy the video, please do consider liking and subscribing. If you're on my channel, Lou's link will be down in the description below. So if you want to go watch his point of view, even though it'll be exactly the same point of view, it's the same video. But I don't know, if you want to support both channels, please do that. Keep an eye out for our shorts because they are going live pretty much every day. I don't think either of us have missed a day of shorts.
It took me a while to catch back up.
Yeah. And yeah, also keep an eye out for our live streams. They will be scheduled for excuse me.
Tuesday every week, Saturday every week, and Thursday alternative.
Yep.
I think we've got the schedules in the description.
Yeah. And that's a great.
When is this going live? Is this Friday?
Friday. So if you're watching this Friday, it's now Thursday, and we're coming to you from a past. So we have a ghost of Christmas past. Yeah, if it's Friday, it will be Friday. So if you're watching this basically on Friday, the day of the upload, we'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. 8 o'clock PM Greenwich Mean Time. So please do come along.
8th of April.
Yes. And on that note, on that bombshell, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we shall see you next time. Peace.
Bye.